Tonight on Evening, take a first look at the South Sound Magazine's Northwest Idea House. From the wet bar to the tiki torches.
My goal is to make their dreams become reality.
Some practical magic, where to find these handmade brooms for spooky season. And how you can win a getaway to Napa Valley, just by telling us who's best in Western Washington.
Welcome to Evening. I'm Chris Cashman. We're outside the Fairmont Olympic Hotel. Ready or not, fall fashion season is here. 425 magazine already celebrating it. Soon the models will be arriving. We've come for a little preview of Fashion at Fairmont. It's a Seattle fashion show where we're getting pretty for a purpose.
Fashion at the Fairmont is this Friday, October 10th, and it's the second year that we're doing it in support of Seattle Children's. And I'm really excited because I've been involved with the fashion community for a long time here in Seattle. And what we're doing is we're bringing together 9 designers and shops under one roof for a high production, really fun fashion show. So we have Terry Morgan with TCM producing the show and styling the event. We have Jean Juarez Salons and Spas doing all of the hair and makeup. And last year everybody came and got really dressed up. It was so cool to see Seattle's fashion community come out, and it's for a great cause.
It is fun, and it is a fundraiser. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. So a portion of ticket sales goes to benefit Seattle Children's, which has been a partner of the hotel for over 40 years.
Is there concern of a sellout?
We're getting pretty close. Last year we did sell out. Seattle tends to be a little bit last minute, so
don't be fashionably late.
Exactly.
Be fashionable, not fashionably late. Yeah, good news. There is a 25% discount. Just use that promo code on your screen. Book it right there on their website. And in fact, they're going to top it with a 10% discount on your dinner if you just mention Friends of Fairmont when you attend that Fashion at the Fairmont event. This is all good news. All right, now to a preview of what's trending in new homes. South Sound Magazine's Northwest Idea House. Saint got a little preview before the magazine even hit stands.
The newest Northwest Idea House is designed to inspire.
The Northwest Idea House is the concept of bringing new ideas, new design features.
This Gig Harbor home was conceived and built by Zetterberg Custom Homes, a family that's been building homes since 1969.
My goal is to make their dreams become reality.
The moment you enter through the pivot door, you'll see the designer Greg Zetterberg's favorite feature.
You see the stairwell and you see the light that comes through the windows. You see the floor-to-ceiling windows.
Plus, the 3-story stairwell showcases the natural materials used throughout.
We brought in lots of different materials. You have brick, you have stone, you have natural woods, and then you have the steel element.
In the kitchen, white oak cabinets go all the way to the ceiling.
I would say definitely it's been a trend and everybody loves it. The Rift White is very linear like this with no knots in it, no swirls like your old school 70s oak that used to be on the floors.
Pre-stained fir makes the ceilings less lofty.
It's such high ceilings, so it just brings warmth into this space.
Natural materials get a bit more posh in the powder room.
These are natural clay tiles that are glazed on top, and we decided to do a dry stack with no grout in here. We just like the texture of it that way. I love a faucet on a wall when we can. I think it sets a statement, having the big statement fixture and a fun mirror and then really cool wallpaper.
Daylight basement maybe doesn't sound exciting unless it has a gym, a sauna, and a watering hole.
It's a beautiful wet bar, a moody little space that is going to be so functional for the customer. And you just knocked it out of the park, Amber.
The acres of forest surrounding this house become part of the indoor scenery.
Part of Northwest architecture is bringing the outside in, and that's what we did with a lot of the big windows.
And this design also makes actually being outside luxurious. There's a swimming pool and hot tub, complete with tiki torches, and multiple outdoor living situations, including one off the great room with a see-through fireplace and built-in heaters for comfort year-round.
Everybody wants outdoor living.
For this family, building and sharing a Northwest Idea House is a familiar experience, but it never gets old.
We've done 2 other Idea homes in the past, so we've gone down that road, but to see this one come to life on page, it's going to be awesome.
You can see more of the Northwest Idea House in the January-February edition of South Sound magazine. All right, now talk about practical magic. There is a woman on the Olympic Peninsula who hand makes brooms. They are timely works of art. Here's Saint.
At a tiny shop in the tiny town of Joyce, Teresa Bentley makes everyday magic by making an everyday cleaning tool.
The part that everybody seems to enjoy watching is the actual weaving.
Teresa learned the age-old craft of broom making from her uncle in Kentucky. At Wicked Brooms on the Olympic Peninsula, she builds brooms using tools handed down by her uncle and a tying table with a foot-powered wheel to tighten the string as she wraps it around the broom straw.
To me, it feels like a meditation.
No 2 Wicked brooms are alike.
I have a friend that does this type of art, and she electrocutes wood. I call it a lightning broom because it looks like lightning to me, like lightning struck the wood.
Teresa also shares broom lore.
If you sweep around your husband, he'll be eternally faithful. If you lay a broom on the floor, it'll indicate to your guests that it's time for them to go.
She does make brooms for Wiccans and often gets asked if she's a witch.
I say, aren't we all?
Watching a Wicked broom get made is spellbinding.
I love doing it. I love making brooms.
And using one, it's practical magic.
I like the idea of taking something that is normal and making it something pretty.
Thank you, Saint. Those are indeed some Wicked brooms. You can purchase yours online or in person at the store there in Joyce, open on weekends.
Up next, it's cider pressing time in Chelan.
Cheers!
And gather flowers or play some chicken tetherball at this Port Townsend farm.
Who are you?
I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog.
Gus Walensky, Polka King of the Midwest.
Del Griffith, Director of Sales, Shower Curtain Ring Division.
Hey, this is Saint, urging you to see a new documentary coming to Prime about the beloved comic actor John Candy.
Guess my secret to acting would be I pretend real hard.
Produced by Ryan Reynolds and directed by Colin Hanks, the movie features interviews with a whole bunch of big stars and fellow SCTV cast members.
Even though John did distinctly different characters, John was always there.
The doc also reveals a family tragedy that haunted John Candy, his father dying of a massive heart attack at age 35. John was just 43 when a heart attack took his life.
Well, you think what you want about me. I'm not changing. I like me.
John Candy, I Like Me begins streaming on Prime Friday.
Welcome back to Evening. I'm Chris Cashman. We are at the Olympic Fairmont Hotel, home to the Fashion at Fairmont event happening this weekend, a special fundraiser. We hope you will consider joining us. It's not quite as fashionable on the farm, but we did discover that there is a farm in Port Townsend where you can pick your own flowers, you can watch a game of chicken tetherball, and even sip on a drink that's popular amongst hobbits. Just don't make the drinking a hobbit habit. Here's Saint.
Wilderby Farm in Port Townsend is powered by flowers.
At our heart, we're an organic you-pick farm, and we're an experience farm, so people can come and pick bouquets and create their own flower arrangements. Whatever they want to do, it's up to them. We're the grower, they're the creator.
Nice big bouquet. It's hard to go wrong.
Wilderby Farm also grows and distills lavender. There's a flock of rare British Soye sheep to feed. And it might be the only place where you can see this sport.
Chicken tetherball. It's a little known fact that chickens have for centuries known how to play tetherball and excel at it.
Flowers come full circle here. Bees make honey from them.
That's just ready to be bottled.
Then the farm makes mead from the honey and serves it in a cozy meadery they built in 2019. Like the blooms it began with, this peaceful place just keeps growing.
Oh, what? We wanted 2 acres and a flower garden.
Yeah.
And things kind of snowballed from there.
Big time. Yeah.
Soon, the you-pick flowers will fade and apples and pumpkins will be ready for guests to harvest. No matter what the season, Wilderby Farm has a bounty for anyone who stops by.
We like to share what we do here with other folks. They get a lot of joy out of the location and the farm, and we get a lot of joy out of that.
We really like to make a place for people to come and relax, and that's kind of our mission.
Wilderby Farm's You Pick flowers are a steal. They should be available till the end of the month, and the meadery is open year-round for your mead needs. Meanwhile, Jose Cedeno and Kelly Hansen from New Day Northwest, they took a cruise to the dry side to celebrate all things fall in Chelan, and they even got to make their own cider at the Cider Press in Manson.
They say this land can produce some of the best apples in the world. And companies like Manson Growers are ahead of the game.
This is an operating packing warehouse. Locally grown, fresh apples. My family has been growing apples in this valley for over 100 years. It's really a labor of love. Growing apples is a year-round activity. Fall is when it all comes together. The apples start to really develop their quality and their flavor profiles. Lake Chelan Valley is really unique. It's a microclimate that generates some of the best apples in the world.
And the best apples make great cider.
This is a non-alcoholic cider.
That's exactly why they have Cider Press, a brand new coffee shop where you can create your own cider.
Cider pressing is a local tradition families here have been doing for generations. It's really hands-on and family-friendly experience.
Sounds like the perfect adventure for Kelly and myself to try. So, may the first blend win.
The first step in producing the perfect cider blend is to pick out the perfect apples. Pick and choose whatever you like, whatever you think will make the perfect blend.
After picking our favorite apples, we spray them with cold water, and it's showtime.
We're gonna start grinding.
Let it rip.
We so got this. It's almost like we've done it before.
They shouldn't quit their day job. If you don't get a little sticky in the process, you're not doing it right.
We move from the grinder to the presser to start squeezing our goods.
Teamwork here, we're pressing.
We try Kelly's blend.
Cheers! It's tangy, it's sweet, it's delicious. It's 10 out of 10.
Not bad at all, but it's my turn.
Now this is the Jose blend.
Let's see. It is sweeter.
Yes, I know, sweeter, much sweeter.
It's so rewarding to see people smile, have fun, and learn something about apples.
So much fun. The Cider Press open Monday through Saturdays, also known as closed just on Sundays, and you can book a press online.
Up next, they brew their own beer and make their own meats. The Centralia spot carrying on one man's tasty tradition.
Work hard, play harder. That's what he'd say.
Wow!
Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
And welcome back to Evening. I'm Chris Cashman. We are at the Fairmont Olympic Hotel. I hope you'll consider joining us for Fashion at Fairmont this week and a very special fundraiser, a fashionable one, benefiting Seattle Children's Hospital. And speaking of which, a nationwide challenge is actually helping to provide life-saving vaccines to children simply by hitting a little white ball back and forth on a table. Jose has that story.
When it comes to do a fun challenge for a good cause that involves ping pong, there's a perfect place that I have in mind.
So we have 11 ping pong tables in here. It can get competitive, depends on how competitive you are.
Today I'm in Spin Seattle and I'm gonna try to do a challenge.
Spin Challenge. So we have participated in the Spin Challenge.
Today we're joining the Spin Challenge and donating to One Act for Children.
This was just a great fit because it's around Spin Challenge and we're at Spin and we play ping pong. Anyone that wants to participate in the challenge on social media, they can do anything with a paddle and a ball that involves spinning the ball. It can be a little bit challenging, but if you get a pointer or two, you can do it.
All it takes to put the spin on the ball is brushing many parts of the ball. If you brush the bottom, it becomes underspin. If you brush the top, it becomes topspin. And if you brush side, obviously, it becomes side spin.
The good thing is that I have not one, but 2 pros that are willing to teach me some tricks.
I think Jose is going to learn a lot today.
I think Jose will have a lot of fun today.
She never said it was gonna be good. For some reason, I'm not sensing a lot of hope for my ping pong skills.
This is how I technically will grab the racket. Sometimes I do like this.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and sometimes I go like this.
It might not be the most stable grip.
Oh well, that's exactly why I'm here, to learn that proper way to do this challenge.
There's 2 ways. One is called shake hand. You hold it like this. It's like you're shaking someone's hand. The other way is called pen hold, as if you're holding a pen.
And after a couple tries, I did finally return a service from a pro. Yeah! At the end of the day, it's about having fun for a good cause.
All right, our next story takes us south, in fact, about halfway between Seattle and Portland. A man nicknamed Dick Danger has built an empire out of meat and beer, and now his daughter is carrying on that legacy.
Oh, look at that. Friday nights are a big social night for all of us here. It's kind of a regular thing for us.
At Dick's Brewery in Centralia, you can always find something good to drink.
There isn't a bad beer on that list up there. I happen to favor Irish, but I drink any of the others if that's all they got.
What you won't find is the hard-working man who 30 years ago named his first beer after himself.
So that was Dick's nickname, was Dick Danger. He was a little crazy. He did some things.
Work hard, play harder. That's what he'd say.
Dick Young built a small empire in Centralia. Before the brewery, he launched Northwest Sausage in Delhi, processing his own meats. It was his wife, Marilyn, who came up with what is now an infamous slogan.
The story behind "You can't beat Dick's meat," well, the nice story about it is the sausage that he makes was good meat, and you can't beat it. Other than that, it's personal.
Dick's daughter, Julie, grew up at the deli.
Yeah, since I was little, I'd sit behind the register and help customers or...
Her busy dad said on-the-job training was the best way to learn the business.
I mean, I cooked, I waited tables, I was the manager up front.
Julie figured there'd be a day when Dick Danger would slow down and they'd grow the business together. But he died suddenly of an aneurysm on an October day in 2009. He was only 56.
It was difficult in the beginning. I'd sit in the office and doing work, and somebody would walk through the back door and the door would slam, and instantly I would look up and think, oh, Dad's here. And then it would be that, like, oh no, it's not him, So that was hard for a long time.
At first, her dad's empire seemed to be in trouble, but Julie had her husband, Dick's employees, and all of his friends on her side.
She works harder than anyone else. It's tough on her sometimes. She misses her dad, of course, but I think a lot of times it's what drives her.
Today, Dick's Brewery is among the 20 largest in the state. Northwest Sausage in Delhi is in its 4th decade, and Dick's merchandise ships all over the country.
Without Julie, none of this would exist. She really is the backbone to it all.
Julie Pendleton is keeping her father's legacy going, and you can bet Dick Danger would be proud.
Thank you. Here's to Dick.
For your convenience, you can, of course, purchase Dick's merch and sausage online, but much cooler if you swing by in person in Centralia. And be sure to tell them Evening sent you.
Up next, how you can win a Napa Valley getaway just by sharing your opinion.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our communities shine. Thanks to support from Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com. Evening's 33rd annual Best of Western Washington is sponsored by Aegis Living, where we treat you like family.
And welcome back to Evening. I'm Chris Cashman. We're here at the Olympic Fairmont Hotel, and it is time to vote. We're not getting political. We're talking about the Best of Western Washington viewers poll, plus your vote could win you a trip to Napa. Here's what you need to do. To vote for your favorite restaurant, businesses, and people in Western Washington, just go to king5.com/best now or scan that QR code. You can vote in 45 categories, and each vote enters you to win a luxurious Napa Valley wine country wellness getaway worth $7,000 from Aegis Living. Go vote now for your chance to win. Well, I can see Valet has pulled the car around, so thank you to the Fairmont Olympic Hotel for playing host tonight. We want to see you at Fashion at Fairmont, fun fundraiser this weekend benefiting Children's Hospital. Until next time, we'll see you.